okay. Let's GoPro mic adapt today. Trimmers are in the flaps out, GPS is on, altimeter's reset, and radio going on. We keep have it clear, prop.
Radio, Golf Papa Echo, Golf Echo.
Package 04 and CFE 1000.
And we're away. Get yourself settled in. I was hoping with this northerly wind that my fuel burns over ground's not too bad. Put the trimmer knot in. 800 feet already. I'm only on a cruise climb, I'm not burning stupid amounts of power to get up. The trick I learnt with long cross countries was to plan it so you climb out, not have to get high first, which means using more fuel with the same leg. Get up, push on, climb out. So I'm actually heading over there. So my heading's there, that's my track. The beauty of crosswind legs is you can still keep your ground speed at a reasonable level. I'm going to level off at 1,000 feet, otherwise I'm just going to be fighting the wind gradient. So I'm planning a nice little 60k triangle today. I want to see what my fuel burn is for up and coming event that Paranoob and myself are planning, the Rapper 40. We're planning to cover 40 X and current RAF stations over 2 days, and this will be to land at a few to refuel and try and raise as much money for the Royal Air Force Association as we can. So everything is about planning, and I need to know what my fuel burn is on a 60k leg. And today, if it's the worst day, anything on the day will be better. Anyway, this is one of those times where you sort of start thinking about your flying and the events that have happened. For me, I've been flying over 25 years. Started off in sailplanes when I was 15, and a couple of years ago I had a very, very bad incident, and I ended up flying into some power lines. Those that know me well will know that it's actually knocked my confidence quite badly. There were a few people that were very critical of what happened, and a few people that were very supportive to understand how it had happened. So, long story short, pilot error. I flew into three 11,000 volt, 3-phase power lines. And I can honestly say it was the worst experience of my life. So sequence of events, there were 7 pilots. We've come in for this way, and I was the first to make an approach. So I did an overfly to assess the ground picture. I've checked the windsock here. I've seen the crowd or where they are. So I'm coming in over the posts here and realising I'm rocketing in whatever wind is pushing me downwind. So I abort the approach. I do a 270 sort of degree procedure return. I come away, come round the back of the field, and then set myself up to come and do another approach here. I get to about 10 metres before, having just checked the windsock, make sure the crowd are clear and no one's in the landing zone, and it's about 10 metres before that I suddenly see the lines and there's no way out with the speed that I'm doing. So it's these 3 11,000 volt power lines that I break. My hands and feet come up, I break the lines with my wrists, which then means I've lost all the speed out of my wing, and then I come and arrive about here on the ground. I made a mistake. I feel we should all learn from this, from my mistake. And for the joking element amongst us, several people asked, did I get any superpowers? No, I did not. But you still kick yourself over something like this. You still royally kick yourself that what did I do wrong? Why did I not see these? You just look back at it and you criticise yourself, and you criticise yourself, criticise yourself, and my confidence went. I didn't want to fly, but you just have to look at things and go, I need to learn what I should have done better. In the aviation world, they look at a thing called the Swiss cheese model. Every slice is a possible incident. There'll be something that happens during that flight which will pretty much stop a major incident happening at the end of it. What should I have done that would prevent this? And the big thing I do now is, because clearly when we land out we can't gauge where things are, you can't look for the lines, you can't see them, but what you can do is look for the posts. And you also look for buildings, because buildings will always dictate that there are power lines nearby. So if you're going for a field, there will be power lines going to that set of houses. So, long story short, I had the worst incident of my life. I learned a lot from it. Again, but what I would like to try and do is prevent anyone else going through that same experience that I did. Look for the posts, don't look for the lines. Look for buildings, they will have power lines near them. Look for shadows. And don't trust Google Maps. So I'm still trying to track towards a place over here called Tiverton. I'm about halfway there. It's a term used in aviation called IFR, which is called Instrument Flight Rules. It also stands for I Follow Road. So if you have any main features which are easy to navigate by, M5, you will find that it tends to suck people into flying along them. That's not cloud, that's actually something that's either burning or smoke, or it smells horrible. So that's Tiverton dead ahead, and I've got a turn point just before it, which is a friend's house, and I'll be flying over that. And if nothing else, this should be a good test of the old GoPro adapter. I'm trying to work out which house it is. Ah, there, the one with the solar panels on, and I can see a flash going off. Probably can't see me. Anyway, for the next crosswind leg, I think today, because it's cold, I'm just going to do a nice sedate there and back. I'll log the time and then work out my fuel burn from there. I've not done anything exuberant, so it'll give me a relatively good figure. I'll check off at about 25 past. It's coming up for on the hour. My GPS will also give me a start and stop time. But you always lose a little bit on the warm-up. You think an engine on average burns 4 litres. It's a litre every 15 minutes. And then as a result, you do a 5-minute warm-up. That's a Coke can's worth of fuel on just warming up. Almost like you've got to warm up and then fill up again if you want to use the maximum capacity of a tank. Just getting a little bit of rock and roll. I've had my fair share of very rough flights over the years. My 300-mile coast to coast was the worst one, and that was the one I had to do 6 months after my accident. So getting confidence back for that, so clearly I needed to do it. And the voice I kept saying in my head that people suffering from cancer go through much worse than I am right now. So just suck it up jars and get on with it. Just trying to keep a little bit further north of Dunk as well. No tea and cake today. It is cold. Beautiful, but cold. Scenery around North Devon, South Somerset is just amazing. Canals everywhere. Lovely landmarks for reference. loads of Second World War airfields, which I'm still trying to do some research on them to find out what they were used for, either training or show operations. But trying to work out where they would go to. The GPS I'm using is a Navitar UD4. Very good bit of kit. You can click on airfields and other bits and pieces to get their frequencies. Although as of January this year, all frequencies have changed to this new 833 kHz spacings. I never just trust the GPS. Always check the airspace and no TAMs before I fly. Try and drift a little bit further north of Dunkeswell. I can see the airfield where I'm landing back at. Yeah, we're only 10 k's away, which is about 15 minutes. Be interesting to see when I get back what my fuel burn is. It is certainly a smidge cold on the old snozzle. It's one of those days I thought I was going to be warm, but actually I forgot to bring my little flask of tea. So about 5 minutes to run. We have an aircraft getting on board at Dunkeswell, just to my right. I think I'm going to drift behind the modelers today. I just want to get in and get down. It's really, when you look at it, it's like the airfield's just there, but I'm still nearly 2 kilometres away. Yes, not a lot of penetration today. Glad I made a decision to come back early. But don't really need to clean the wing up. Didn't use the trimmers. Just gonna make sure. Yeah, that's gonna be off. I can't get to the kill switch though. There we go. Can now. Nothing around. Can't see any aircraft in the air. Not planning on landing near the van. Oh, there's a gust coming through. Just want to get down safely today. Engines off. And we're down. Right, let's get the wing down safely.